Okay, so something that shows a complete level of incompetence is that I now had to split this video. This video? No, this fucking audio. This, whatever, this stupid recording into two different things because I don't know what I'm doing. But here we go. We're gonna start. We're doing the Batcave still. So that hasn't changed. I don't know. I remember making this. I was really excited when I first got this game, and I was like, look at all this crazy stuff you can do. Because for the longest time, I was only ever making maps in Pro Skater 4. And the fact that they let you put rails and whatnot everywhere, I thought that was really cool. I feel like I'm going to have a lot of trouble actually focusing on what I'm doing, because there are two screens. And this one's at a weird angle, and my headphones aren't very long. So this is probably going to be a mess of a video, but hey, you get to hear live commentary, so isn't that exciting? Here we go. Let's go talk to this guy. What's his name? It's Batman. Here's a beer and my keys to a car. I bet I can collect things faster than you. Alright, so Batman is drunk. He wants us to collect his letters for him. That's fun. This is something else, huh? Whoa, okay. I remember... Oh, wait, can you get out of this? Yes, okay. I remember when I was so proud of these levels I was younger, that I thought, maybe I should put these on a memory card and get a GameCube to PC memory card converter so I could share them with the world, so the world could play my amazing Tony Hawk map. And I realize now that's ridiculous. I mean, great, you know, I had a lot of confidence, but who the fuck wants to play these? So, let me see. I have no idea. I feel like the last one was really hard to get to, or it was outside. Maybe, no, wait, there was a party boat, right? Maybe it's on that. It is on that. Come on. Alright, we can do this. Let's teamwork this. Wow, alright, I really suck at this. Okay, either that or just Kid Me was a dick. I wasn't even that young when I made these. Like, I was just maybe 5 years younger than I am now. I mean, for some of them, you know, not all of them. A lot of them I made when I was younger than that, too, but still. There we go. You cheated! I didn't cheat, Batman. I'm just that good. Let's take a look here. This is supposed to be the Batcave, right? So, of course, you know, I made it nighttime inside of a warehouse. But, you know, while you're skating, the aesthetic looks perfectly fine. I guess that's supposed to be the Batmobile. The water was supposed to be like the darkness that is surrounding the Batcave, but you can't place darkness as a thing. So it's water. And because of that, I put a party boat. Because he's also, you know, Playboy billionaire, Bruce Wayne. Let me show you this. This I thought was cool. I made the outside, where, you know, the Batcave is supposed to be in the woods. So I made the woods. And then there's supposed to be a thing, you know, Batman opens up the cave. But I couldn't do that. So I just made an arch up there that you can only get to by climbing. I think you have to jump on the mailbox. That's silly, too. I put a... What the fuck? Oh my god. I put a mailbox despite it being a hidden entrance. It's a cool entrance in there. You just kind of drop like that. And you get started right away. There we go. Look at this. This is fun, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. So, let's take a look around. There's not much here. There's a basketball hoop. There's another one. I guess... I don't know. I don't even know what this is, really. It's based very loosely off of the Batcave, I know that. I remember I wanted to have kind of like walkways, like he does, but in Underground 1, there aren't really walkways you can place. The closest thing would be a sort of arch block thing. And you can't place those everywhere. You run out of money fast and whatnot. That's what I didn't like. There was always a limit to how much you could place. And I don't know if it was because the game would lag, but I really wouldn't have given a shit if it lagged. I just want to play it, you know what I mean? If it lags a bit, fine. But I got to make something I love. Anyway. that was this. Yeah, this is kind of cool. You get to do a little gap jump. I thought that was neat. I did a lot of stuff like that in my map, where it's like the map is broken, but you can still skate it. I thought that was really cool, like a gimmicky thing. So like in Mario Power Tennis for the GameCube, there were gimmick courses. So let's say Donkey Kong had a course where there were crocodiles blocking the tennis ball from going out on the sides or something like that. Or in Luigi's Mansion, there would be ghosts to get in the way. So I took that same idea. I'm like, see, it's still a tennis court, but the levels have little additions to it that make it different to play on. You know what I mean? It's like a little gimmick. So that's what I love doing. They were even called gimmick courses, and I loved making gimmicks in my courses. I just thought it was really fun. You know, so like right here is not a good example, but you could jump over this, and then, well, you didn't grind. Never mind, that was a bad example, but the jumping across the walkway one I like. Let's talk to Batman. What's he got to say? Go get me food. It's skate again. I guess I think I had some creative mission ideas, but the problem with it was there wasn't too much you could actually do with the game. You know, you had a limit. You could play skate. You could play combo down on the ground. You could do a gap. The way you could do gaps was fun, because you get to place them however you want. And let's say, here, let me show you. Let's say the gap was from this thing, and you had to end up sideways, like right over here. What I used that to my advantage, so let's say, I was like, okay, you could start from either end, so you get some speed, and you revert it into a manual, right? And as long as you kept going, that counted as the gap. And I got creative with that. Same thing with doing a certain amount of tricks at once. You could set how many would appear at once, how much time you had to do it, stuff like that. So what I did, let's say I set it, the minimum you can set is 15 seconds. But you could set like 13 different tricks you have to do. And let's say I set it as a combo. So in order to, let's say, detonate the building, you have to input the code. But the code is like, you know, kick flip, heel flip, you know, grab, whatever, you know. I couldn't choose what tricks it was. I could choose whether it was diagonal, straight, double tap, B, X, you know. And so that's how I got creative. I also used rails a lot too. I used a lot of everything, but the kind of custom rails. So, see if I can show you here. There, see this? So in addition to getting around the map, I wanted to use those to make objects and whatnot. Now, I couldn't make ladders very well, so a lot of times what I did is I made little kind of like walk-around things. So let's see, here, I'll show you right here. This is a rail, and this is at very jagged angles, but it will take you up to the top. And it's the only way to get to the top, and it doesn't look very good. Keep in mind, this was an early map. But it fulfilled its purpose, you know what I mean? And this is when I was first learning how to do this game. And of course, you know, I'm like, oh, that's so cool, you can put a tank and a helicopter. So I put both the tank and the helicopter in the Batcave. Isn't that wonderful? And there's not much more to this map, really. I think there are 3 missions, 2 Batman missions, 1 Alfred mission. And I don't exactly remember, but I think one of the gaps was like using this, and that thing we just climbed up, we'd actually use to get like a fuck ton of speed. So here, like that, right here, ready? Yeah, look at that. Fly like a bat. Nice, nice. Alright, so we'll talk to good old Al, and then we'll end it there, and we'll go to the face. Oh, someone was having fun, huh? Look at that. Master Wage party boat requires large amounts of electricity. Do go and get some more to put in motor. Alright, guys, let's go get electricity. Alright. This was another somewhat creative idea I had, I guess, where I would put the skate letters next to things. So I said, you know, that contain electricity. So let's say the vending machine is one of them. No, I don't want to hear that song. Let's do this. I like this song. Oh shit, I didn't pause it. So let's see. Yeah, of course I would have to go up there. Why wouldn't I have to go up there? I don't even know if I can get up there. So we'll try. If not, I don't really care. This map isn't that great. Yeah, I don't think we're getting up there. That's alright, I'm not giving a shit. This map kind of sucks. I mean, you know, usually your first of anything kind of sucks. But I was making maps for a very long time as a kid. Like, all I would play as a kid was like Tony Hawk, Sonic Adventure 2, Smash Bros. Melee. So when I got this, I was addicted to it. I got addicted to Pro Skater 5. I know people give that game a lot of shit, and it's completely deserved. That game was broken when it launched. But the gameplay itself was really fun, especially when they added in like another 2 or 3 levels. My favorite has got to be the mountain level. It's a downhill jam. I've always loved downhill jam levels. And I've always wanted to make downhill jam levels, but there's never enough level for you to make them with. I think I tried it before. I don't remember if any were even half successful. That's sad. I know I have Skate 3, and in that game I made a version of City Escape that was a downhill jam. And that was really cool. It was a fun fucking level to play. Skate 3, I start a lot of levels trying to look like something. But as I make them look like something, I try to make them playable. And I kind of go the same way in this game, except the playability, I think, comes first, because you can make things look less like what they are than you can in Skate 3. I should probably show some Skate 3 levels. I mean, these are old compared to those. And even the Skate 3 levels are old now, too, but they look really nice. So let's change the level. Let's go to the face, huh? Nice, nice. And what do I want to hear? I don't want to get any copyrighted bullshit, so here we go. I'll put on a song from Shadow the Hedgehog. Nice. So, what do we got? The face. Where's the face? There it is. I see it. So this, I think I made something. I was like, this looks like a face, and I'll call it the face. And I kind of just called it a Batman map, because I figured, oh, the face, Two-Face, that makes sense. Even though it has nothing to do with it, really. But it's basically in the same environment. Looks, yeah, see, there's Batman. Help me find Two-Face. So we gotta find Two-Face. Look, there he is. I found Two-Face. Alright. Nom nom nom. So this is very simplistic. Let me go back. Let me just show you what the hell this map is. I think it looks cool. But that's it. You know, I thought that kind of looked a bit like a face. Like you have the 2 giant eyes, and then that's supposed to be the mouth with the teeth sticking out. It's a weird mix of like looking at it in 2D, but it's also 3D sticking up. So, and then, you know, I just worked around this, and it's not very skatable. I tried to make it skatable, but it was mostly just because it looked cool. That was the only reason I saved it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here. Can I grind them? I didn't know I could grind those. I'll try that again. This game, I feel like it's hard to control. It's almost like you move way too fast. See, look, even that right there, like, it's just a ramp. You know, it's a very boring level. So I'll do the one mission and we'll go somewhere else. This kind of sucks. How did you get in here? Guards! Ah, okay, so I guess I'm supposed to be taking out the guards. This seems interesting, because this just seems fucking hard. That's what this is. I don't think it's... I want to say creative, but it's not creative. I don't even know if there was a real combo to that. Motherfucker, I guess I'm gonna find out, huh? You know what it is? It's probably I go in here, do the transfer over like that, revert, right? yeah. Okay, that's nice. So I actually made something out of the level. That's good. And that's it. That's all there is to the level. That's as much as I made out of it. So let's say I've been recording this for 15 minutes, and then plus the other clip. So let's stop this here, and I'll do another couple levels. Fuck what I said. I found Gotham City. We're continuing the Batman video. Let's do this shit. And for Batman music, I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. We're gonna put on the Dark Knight theme, and then after that we'll do Dark Knight Rises or whatever. Maybe we'll do the classic Batman theme. But we're going to Gotham City. Let's do this shit. I remember, because I think back in the time when I thought I might actually put these on the internet somehow, or I'd record them, or whatever, or I'd show them to people, I thought people might get hot and bothered of a gap I made, because there's a jump you actually make where you go through that building, and I called it 9/11. I'm like, oh, people are going to get upset, and then I realized, wait, I don't fucking care, so I changed it back. So this is Gotham City. This is my first attempt at a city level, and compared to the other two levels I just showed you, this level is awesome. You can't really link many combos here. You know, it's not incredibly well put together, but I think it actually does look kind of nice as a sect of a city. So that's nice. I was very happy about it at least looking like it. It was still kind of fun to do. I had some decent missions with it, decent ideas. And I think I wanted to expand it once, but then I was like, no, you know what? Because I went back to it very much later. And I have a big issue with changing things. You know, I like to keep things the way they were. It's kind of like a sentimental thing. I've never been able to get over it. So I kept it the same. You know, that's why I changed it back to 9/11. So, like, you know, this. Let me say this area, right? This area has nothing fun about it, right? It's a bunch of fucking cars. But if you know how to use the areas that have no fun, so let's say this car is right in the way, you use that to link that'll take you here, and you can kind of use it to get speed at the very least. Like this would just shoot you into the wall, but once again you can use that to kind of get speed, get a combo going. You know, of course, if you don't fuck it up. Let me show you. There's a nice little secret area behind the liquor store. It's very small, but it's there. Which I was just like, oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? I made a back alley. And I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, that is cool. That's nice. I like that. You know, it's just 2 ramps. It's the smallest half pipe I've ever seen. But it exists. And, you know, you got the billboards. You got a little bowl here. A dumpster. I thought was really cool, where it made actually wires attached to that thing. I thought it looked really legit. Something else that I liked. Was it over here? Yeah. If you go from here, you can jump over this little thing. I was just trying to make use of everything I made. I'm very happy about it. This brings back a lot of memories. It kind of makes me sad, but... Here we go. Got a highway. Okay, a highway. And this is, I thought was cool. The street actually continues. It's a road, right? But I made it look like it fit in nice. So these kind of ramps I used for the ends of these bridges, because it's a 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots on the grid. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this takes up 1, this takes up 3. So I thought that actually kind of matched well. And since you can't go this anyway, you can't really see what it is. And then over here, it just looks like it's part of the building. So I thought that fit in really nice. So there's some fun things like that. I always love integrating parts that you might not think are meant to be skate on. Like, you can't skate on that thing right there. But, you know, you can go on the roof. I made it so you can go on the roof, because I like that stuff. And then you can use that, of course, to get even higher. And, oh, look who's up here. You can go on top of the building, too. So here, this is Batman. And he says, I'm Batman! And then, I don't think you can actually collect skate. I think that mission was just there so you could drive the Batmobile around, which is this. This is a pretty dope Batmobile. It's one of the only 2 vehicles they let you use in the game. But I think it's still cool you get to put vehicles in mission mode. I love the fact that mission mode was a thing. But I got a little sad because I know when I went to Underground 2, they both added and removed things. Like, you couldn't drive cars anymore it was, you could set it to, could you drive? Actually, you know what, I don't remember. I don't think you could drive cars anymore, right? You could walk, you could start out walking, but you still have the ability to use your skateboard. Or you could make it skateboard only, pro skater style. And then in American Wasteland, you couldn't even create goals anymore. You can only make gaps. So I had to get really creative with the level designs. And I did. I did get very creative. But that disappointed me. That's something that successive Tony Hawk game has lost. I don't even know what it was in Project 8. Project 8 looked like shit to me. So I never picked it up. And Proving Ground was an incredible disappointment. The 2-player would have been cool, but they locked one of the modes to online only, which was Tron. I don't know what, I think it was actually called Walls, but it was effectively Tron on skateboards. I'm like, that's awesome. But the level creator was ass. Like, it wasn't even really a level creator. You could play stuff around the world, like you could in Project 8. I didn't play it, but I knew that about Project 8. And then there was just a building you could place those same things in. And you had to pay for it. It's like you had to progress through the game to get stuff, which sounds like, yeah, no shit. But no, you don't do that for a level creator, you know? I mean, Little Big Planet does that because that's its thing. Its whole deal is creating stuff. And if you gave everybody everything right away, you get a fuck ton of stuff in Little Big Planet. But if you gave everybody everything, no one would have any ambition because, you know, everyone has limitless freedom right off the bat, which, as much as I say, you know, give as people as much as they can, limitlessness, if that's a word, limits creative freedom, believe it or not. So having limits gives you creative freedom, you know? People found ways, like loading bars in games, right? People found creative ways to get around that. Like Namco made it so you could play their old games during loading screens, which disguised the loading. Like, you knew it was loading, but you had something to do while you were waiting, as opposed to nowadays, it's like, you know, go take a piss or drink, make a cup of coffee or something. I hate coffee, by the way, but that's just the first example I thought of. You know, do that while you're waiting. Another idea, you know, let's say Bethesda with Fallout, they have you confuse different items from the game while you're waiting. Namco copyrighted, trademarked, patented the idea of playing games in between games. So nobody else did that until, like, Splatoon came out again. Because fuck Namco. It wasn't even a Namco thing. Like, they didn't even do much with it. That's what they did, you know, played games in between games. You know, but when somebody patents something like that, it's just because they want the idea for it. They're expecting other people will pay to do it, but you're not going to get any more money for that. You're just ruining games for everyone else, you know. That's what a lot of patents do. A lot of patents, trademarks, copyrights, they just ruin things for other people, you know. I understand the idea of protecting an invention or idea that's yours, but a lot of times that's not the case. Somebody comes up with an idea that, like, anyone can do, and nobody thinks to patent, because why the fuck would anyone patent that, you know? You're not gonna... So many bullshit patents are made, I guess is my point. And I don't like that. But anyway, let's do some of the goals here. So let's talk to this guy. I think there were initially only 2 or 3 goals, and then I added 2 more. Like, Skater Guy I don't think used to be here. We need good shots for ratings. Dude, you so gotta jump this. Oh, maybe I did replace the 9/11 thing. Let me take a look. Yeah, you know what it was? It used to be terrorists. And I thought what was kind of funny is I named one of the terrorists after my friend Abdallah. Because he had that kind of name. And I guess I didn't fix it back. The Gap might still be called 9/11, but as far as I know, it's fixed. I say fixed, but that's not really what I mean. Changed. It's been fixed to say something else, but fixed doesn't necessarily mean anything was broken. Yeah, now it's just called a leap of faith, I guess. No, it's not. Wait, so was that... Okay, so I did it wrong then. I think you have to go up this, down, reverb, and just kind of like nail it. Yes! That. Through the roof. Alright! Woo! We got the shot! Alright, drive a drunk. Good morning! I need you to drive me home, I'm drunk. This was fun. This I liked because you got to, in addition to just being able to drive freely, now I made it a mission where you actually drove around and you had to follow a path. I love doing that in games. I can't make my own game. I don't know how. I don't have the skill to do it. I could, not that I don't have the ability, but I just don't know anything to make a game. So when I got to make stuff in games, I felt really happy about that. Oh yeah, I work here. Alright. There's one more area you guys haven't seen. I'm going to show you now. Which we're going to jump down here. In between the roads, there's actually this little skate area. And I've seen people do this all the time, you know, in under bridges and stuff like that in the city and urban areas. There are little skate areas between buildings and whatnot. Like, that's so cool. So this was my chance to recapture that. I've seen them. I go to Sparta a lot. I go to Queens. I go to Manhattan. Because my grandmother's from that area. My dad grew up in that area, too. You see a lot of this kind of stuff. Well, I guess it's also kind of a sentimental thing. I don't know. I have a lot of sentiments. Let's see here. I think this is probably the most boring one of these I've done so far. I don't think I'm talking about it too much. I don't have too much to talk about. I'm just kind of doing this. I don't know. Let me think. I was working on machinimas. I wasn't working on machinimas, actually. I've had college, my third semester I just started. I have a job, finally. And now that I have job and college, it's incredibly overbearing. I don't know how people balance this stuff. I hate college. College is not for me. I literally had one day and I'm already exhausted. I don't get good sleep anymore. So I wake up tired for work. I'm going to be waking up tired for college. I'm just waking up tired in general. And I'm constantly tired, I'm constantly sore, I'm constantly, like, stressed. Not like anxiety, just, like, stress causing exhaustion because there's too much stuff going on. I have no problem if I have a deadline. It's like, alright, do this thing by, like, tomorrow. You know, it's like a one-page paper. I'm like, no fucking problem. But it's like, alright, you have 4 days, get these 7 things done. And they're all, like, 2-page papers. Like, that's not that hard. But when there's a lot, I just can't handle it for some reason. I usually get it done, but I think everything suffers when there's more. Like, I'm great under time pressure, not when there's too much stuff. Yeah. So I hate college. Work is fine. You know, it's like retail. I know a long time I wanted to work at GameStop, and I still wouldn't mind, but constantly people say, yeah, just do an interview, or fill out your resume, submit it online, come in person, do this, do that, go to the job fair. Oh, I'm a manager, or I'll be becoming a manager, I could get you a job. And then people quit, people get fired, people move. All kinds of terrible stuff. So I don't think I'm ever going to work there. But yeah, just a lot of crap going on. Okay, so now I'm going to end the video, and I'll pick another